now, though, it's time to click back into the Quiksilver Pro, the first heat of round 3. We'll get underway now with Kolohe Andino, who finished runner-up in this contest last year, up against Jadson Andre, who made that jump from the first round with a strong performance in his opening heat. But have a look at these waves that we've got, Pete. It is firing, and I'm sure that these gentlemen will be super inspired by what they saw in that last heat.
All 4 of those heats.
Crazy stuff. Just crazy. Here we go. Kolohe Andino getting things started here. Looked really sharp, looked fired up. He kind of went off the claims last year, but he couldn't help but throw out a little one in the first round. Jadson Andre, a big backhand turn there to get this right started. Jadson, he really started to heat up in the first round. Not a massive heat score total. Just a combined two-wave total of 11.46, but enough to get the jump on Michelle Perez and Connor Coffin to earn his place there. This wave was a little small, and other than that first big section, Pete, didn't really present too much. The score coming through. We'll get you that wave now. Here it is.
So right out of the gates, that quick start for Kolohe Andino, and again, really hard to contain yourself when you have the waves looking that fun out there. You know, this type of wave, very similar to what we would say like Trestle, a very high performance wave when it's like this. So to contain yourself and just to kind of show some rhythm and not over surf, especially he's still a youngster, you know, he froths pretty hard. So again, he's probably trying more so to contain himself going.
Great carving. So not disadvantaged when it's offshore and clean. Also has great airs if it's onshore, and there's some ramps on offer. 21.5 minutes to go here as Jadson Andre falls on an insider. Major turns into that short space.
Yeah, for sure. And even though this is a long point break, it's about the surfing that you do on it. And she was definitely ripping for that 8.53. You know, such strong surfing. She had some variety tossed in there, and it was all powerful surfing, and that was the score, how it came out.
Thanks for joining us, Rich. We'll be picking Richie's brain throughout the event and getting some insights on what the judges are looking for. It was great to hear from him after Italo Ferreira's 10-point ride earlier for just a single move. But some real reward and encouragement for those competitors to go all out, as we see Jadson stalling, dropping his backside into the face of that wave to find as much cover as possible, using everything he's got to stall for the tube. Here's Andino up once again. So plenty of waves being ridden in the opening stages here. Have a look how fun this right is. Kolohe's going to get chewed up inside that one.
The bigger focus kind of move down the point. Take a look at Kolohe's last ride. You know, you can see he's kind of cruising the first sections here, but as soon as it starts to steepen up, that's when you can see he puts a lot more energy into his turns, trying to show some variety. And again, it's so difficult to do when you've got the same looking canvas each and every time you do a bottom turn, to consciously be able to mix it up. And that's what I was talking about, that section there where it gets really shallow.
Well, he really had no option but to pull into that little tube because that wave was rifling so quickly across that inside sandbar. But here we go, Jadson now on the replay.
Now this one had some froth on the face, so it was a little bit difficult in the beginning part of it, but it does clean up down on the inside. You would think, like right here, a little bit of indecisiveness as that wave starts to barrel. Like if he had plugged it right then, he would have been in that barrel that whole section. Although did well to disappear from view on that final section, but feels like a little bit of a missed opportunity there in the beginning stages of that barrel. But very well surfed all the way through. On his backhand, that vertical approach, he's one of the best at really placing that board really straight up, almost going sometimes past vertical before. So yeah, I do think he has a chance, you know, and it's you know, like I said in the women's, it's a matter of winning heats and winning events.
Jadson Andre with a big first turn once again. This wave is starting to slow up a little bit. He's going to get out of there. He looks sharp though, doesn't he? If he can get a couple of those big backhand snaps.
You take a look there, that's straight on, you know, and the angle we had, it looked like he was pretty drained, huh? And then there you could see he definitely was right there still in view. So we'll see if that even reflects in the score. It looks like it did. So again, utilizing that angle straight on, it's beneficial. I mean, that's like when you have a pipeline, you know, you look at back door because the judges.
Yeah, Freddie P, we miss you, and hopefully we can catch up with him throughout the year. Definitely love getting his insights too. He's an amazing surfer and quite a character. Here we go, Jadson Andre up. This is live action. He's looking for a 7.47 to chase down Kolohe Andino. 12.5 minutes to go. Well, the sun is out today for the first time for the event window. It's been pretty overcast throughout, but here we go, Andino up once again. Huge crowd down here watching this third round unfold as Kolohe starts to draw out those big forehand wraps. Rolling through to the inside now. Getting the opportunity to dig in harder with each turn. Now mixing it up with a vertical approach. Racking up some points down the line. And he's just making his way down to the ski now, so there's really no point in kicking out. Not when you can add extras like this. Busting that tail free.
Into your first move to get all that speed, but carrying it through maybe 2 or 3 turns without having to pump. So here you're getting up speed. There's that arc. And then never had to pump again, straight into a snap. Weights off the bottom turn, another turn. So there's no hop, no board shift. Judges love seeing that. That's that flow. Nice little vertical approach showing some variety, so little angle changes to mix it up. So nice work for Kolohe. I think it's going to be his best wave.
He'll hope so. Really finish that wave off well right there. Just under 10 minutes to go, the numbers, and there's also some secret spots a little further south of here, and then obviously down towards Byron you get plenty of decent long winding right-handers as well. But here we go, Kolohe up once again. You won't get too much out of that one, Pete. Jadson, on the other hand, he's just taken off on a wave and taken a fall. I guess the advantage of falling so early on the ride is he might get priority back.
And, you know, especially if it's decisions about equipment or even decisions about how to surf a heat. You know, that second place finish, you know, Mike was right there with him the whole way. And he's here on site for this event as well. Trying to get too radical.
So true. Here we go. Andino up once again, trying to get rid of a 6.67. A long lip line float to get this ride started and has some speed to burn on the rail. As he pushes through to this inside section. Looking for more opportunities to rack up the numbers. This wave fading away though. Really finding some flow out here at the moment though.
That's why that flow is so important.
Jadson Andre getting an opportunity here. Let's see if he can rattle off a couple more turns. He's thrown down some pretty nice snaps. Just hasn't been able to combo them together. This wave starting to bowl out. Jadson pushing through some pretty blue water there. And a little bit of frustration calling for the ski. 3 minutes remaining. Not looking like the 8.2 he needs.
Oh, and it could be he may need more after that last wave from Kolohe. Wave number 2, and it turned out that it didn't quite have the line on it, so he had to kick out, but it put him in position for this wave. And you think that he was thinking, oh, this thing's going to double up for sure, and then it doesn't do it. So I think, yeah, it's more about the frustration that the waves really didn't cooperate and give him, you know, that nice big open wall. Take a look at Kolohe's wave here, but nice float there too. He could have easily stayed down low and got caught, but using that floater position and maneuver to get above it, which gave him a bit of speed. Then he was back to the bottom. He was able to get to that open face, and then here, that rhythm. He's so quick when he hits the whitewash too, and his board's going the other direction. He has this technique where he whips it up. And if you make mistakes in those early rounds, you're going to lose that seat. So he knows that.
We've seen some heats turned in the final stages of these battles. Jadson Andre has an opportunity here with just 18 seconds remaining to post an 8.4 and get himself into the #1 position. Getting that board nice and vertical and just bashing away at this wave as it rolls through to the inside. Is he going to be able to chase down the required number? Did he do enough work on the outside?
There's a few people in the crowd who did. Nice finish.
Always a big Brazilian fan base here at Snapper Rocks.
Gigantic.
They've been very vocal the past couple of seasons. They've had a couple of winners. Similar though, there was a lot of noise. The judges having a look at the replay. 8.4 is the required score. Take us through it, Pete.
Well, it's got to be 1.5 points better than Kolohe's best wave. There was some straight up vertical hits here, which on the back end, a bit of an advantage to be able to go that straight up. You're not going to see that necessarily from the forehand. A lot more difficult to be able to whip that board with that heel edge off the top. So I like that.
I know it's not a word that fits into the criteria, but Kolohe's turns were just a little bit more meaty for me. He was just
we'll put it in your criteria.
A little bit more aggression into some of those turns. And I think it did create a bit of difference there. The score has dropped for Jadson. A very brave fight in the final stages there. He got a 7.37. He was chasing an 8.4 though. So Kolohe Andino with a 2-wave total of 13.87 is on his way to round 4.